What's up, guys? This is John Parker. I am on a beautiful ruck right now through my neighborhood. It's just before 7 a.m. and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my perceptions of rucking, what it means to me, and how I like to think about it. So first off, I want to talk about the equipment I'm using. Big fan of GoRuck. I think they make excellent gear. I have their Rucker 4.0 with a 30-pound weight plate and an additional 5-kilo Rogue plate in there to make it a total of anywhere between 40 and 44 pounds. I say for me that my everyday weight for rucking is between 16 kilo and 20 kilo. So I'm right around that 20 kilo mark. Next up, I'm wearing Ultra Lone Peak hikers. I like the mid tops for a little bit of extra ankle support and so that my feet don't get affected by walking with the heavier load. Finally, I have my Garmin watch on and I have the Rucking app going right now. And I wear a heart rate monitor at the same time, just to keep really accurate measurements of my training sessions. For someone like me, I've been hiking my entire life. I'm a big fan of the ability to walk extended periods of time, and I believe everyone should have that ability. What if your car breaks down, you need to walk 10 miles? You should be able to do that. If you're hiking a lot in the mountains, your legs are probably in pretty good shape. When I can't make it out to the trails or it's just a weekday and I have work in between, what I'll do is I'll just walk through my neighborhood like I am right now with my weighted backpack. It's easy. That's one major benefit of rucking. It's very easy to do. You just need to put on some shoes and have your vest or your backpack. I am a fan more of the backpack than the vest. The vest is great for strength training, for body weight plus exercises is what I call it. But for rucking, for the postural elements, the backpack is typically better because it keeps the spine more upright. And if you have a waist belt like I do, now the load is put on top of your hips instead of just axial loading in the spine and then hurting the shoulders. So next up, in my prior training career, I would go way too hard. I'd wear myself out. I would burn out. I'd lift way too heavy. I just loved it so much that I felt like I wanted to experiment all the time. And that meant pushing my limits. I pushed my limits until I found them and got to a point when I knew I was going to turn 40 years young. I would need to change things. And that doesn't mean I don't go hard, but I choose my hard. Right now, my hard is my Muay Thai practice that I'm doing with my coach. Look at the sunset, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. So if I'm doing Muay Thai with my coach twice a week, heart rate is getting up to over 190 beats per minute in some practices, I'm going to need to really focus on the recovery aspect post-training to ensure that my heart rate drops enough before I go to bed. Otherwise, I will sleep poorly and that affects my overall recovery. So why I'm telling you this, on my training sessions outside of Muay Thai, whether it's hitting the bag, cobra bag, or strength training with kettlebells, club bells, body weight, or rucking, what I want to do is always work on my base of fitness. For the ruck right now, I have very little elevation change, probably only 100 feet in the course of 60 minutes or just over 3 miles. However, my heart rate is going to be probably max out at about 110, 115. So this is all zone 1. This is recovery work. I am trying to stimulate better lymphatic drainage, but at the same time, because it is so low intensity, I am burning primarily triglycerides or body fat. So we have a big win there. And you guys probably already know the other benefit of rucking is that we are adding weight to our frame. So if you're overly fat, your body's going to have to drop weight or mass, hopefully body fat. And if you're under muscled, you're going to have to put on muscle mass to accommodate for the bigger load. So for me, I'm about 165 pounds, very strong for my size, 20 kilos on my ruck. If anything, it's just going to help me lose body fat in a sustainable way because it won't take a lot of recovery for me and keep my legs very strong. I'm happy with the size of my legs. I'm happy with the strength of my legs, but I don't think a lot of people think about this. The legs do a lot. The legs snowboard, the legs ride bikes, the legs hike, the legs kick, the legs help us walk. So high varieties of training for the legs, the hips, the calves, the feet. I think it's really important to do instead of just thinking that you need to do squats and deadlifts all day. Those are great too, but man, the legs do a lot, like what I said. So kind of getting back to rucking and what I love about rucking, it's very easy to get into. All you need is a weighted backpack or a weighted vest. It primarily will burn some body fat. You can decide whether you want to do easy neighborhood walks like I'm doing now, or you could even go hiking, which is going to be a huge calorie burn. If you are overly fat, it will help you to lose body fat. And if you're too skinny, it'll help you to gain muscle. One thing that I want to answer is people wonder if rucking alone is enough or walking alone is enough to help them to lose body fat. And here it's tricky because yes, it is, but if that's the goal, to lose body fat, and all you're doing is walking or rucking, you better make sure that diet is perfect. You're not overeating, because I've had enough clients and trained enough people to know that when there's constant cheating, people are not going to lose body fat. They'll pretend like they're not cheating and wonder why they're not losing body fat, but they're eating too much. So from my perspective, can I lose body fat rucking? Absolutely. But that goes with perfect nutrition, great strength training, near perfect sleep, rest and recovery, and overall healthy mindset. So maybe that answers some of your questions. All in all, I'm a big fan of rucking. And for me, even if I get one ruck in per week, that's great. Or if I want to go for a hike with friends and they're not as gung-ho about doing a hard hike as I am, I'll just throw on the weighted backpack, make it harder for myself, and then everyone has a good time. That way I don't have to be that guy who's just over the top, but I still get in a great workout that's going to help me mentally and physically. All right, guys, I'm finishing up my hour, started at 6 a.m. Feeling great to get this UV light in my eyes, set the course of my day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.